lovers, Jackie here from Hatched. It's a beautiful bright sunny day here at Hatched headquarters, so we've got great natural light and we've got this fabulous blank white wall to decorate. In this short video, I'm going to give you some guidance on how to hang your artwork. It really is such a shame to have your beautiful artworks hiding away in cupboards, and it's absolutely criminal to have them lying on the floor like this. So I'm going to give you one simple rule, and then I'm going to demonstrate with two canvases. The smaller canvas is The Beautiful Faces of Winter by Leslie Taylor. And the larger artwork is an original painted canvas by Mandy Zielinski called Aerial View. But before we get started, let's get a couple of bits and pieces together that we'll need. The first thing you need, of course, is a hook. For the smaller artwork, I'm going to use a monkey hook. In this case, the product I bought is a Zenith Shore hook. These are designed for dry plaster walls where there's no stud present. They're weighted to 10 kilos and you don't need any extra tools. For the larger artwork, I'm going to use traditional nail-in brass hooks. These are weighted to 20 kilos. You might also consider a stick-on removable hook. But just remember, whatever you use, make sure it's appropriate to the weight of the artwork you're hanging. Believe me, the last thing you want is to hear your beautiful artwork crashing to the ground in the middle of the night. You'll also need a tape measure, a pencil, and if you're using nail-in hooks, a hammer. No matter how large or small your artwork, there's one golden rule for positioning your artwork based on the average eye height. In imperial terms, it's been called the 57-inch rule, but we're metric here, right? So I'm going to call it the 1450 rule. And it refers to the centre of your artwork being 1450 millimetres off the floor. You might be thinking that 1450 millimetres is a pretty low eye height, but when you consider that the majority of rooms we occupy are used for sitting, it kind of makes sense. A little later on, I'll give you a variation to that rule for other rooms. I'm going to demonstrate first with the smaller piece of artwork, and this is how it goes. Okay, I want to centre my artwork on this wall, and I know this wall is 2300 millimetres wide, so I'm going to find my centre point at 1150 millimetres and mark it with a pencil. I'm using a normal grey lead pencil because it washes off with a soapy sponge or an eraser. Then I want to take the height of my artwork, which is 630 millimetres, and divide it by 2, giving me 315 millimetres, and add that to 1450. I then take the measurement from the hanging wire to the top of the frame, which is 135 millimetres, and subtract that from the total. So this is how it looks. 1450 plus 315 minus 135 gives me 1630. So I'm now going to measure 1630 off the floor and put a cross mark through my centre mark. And voila, that's the position of the hook. You'll notice that the valley of the hook hangs slightly lower than where we need to make our hole, so I'm going to make an allowance for that. With these hooks, you simply hold the hook by the base plate, push the sharp end of the hook into the wall, feed the hook through the wall until the valley of the hook is flush with the faceplate and the faceplate is flush with the wall. We're ready to hang our artwork. Looks great, right? Now let's take a look at the larger artwork. This one's got a little bit more weight in it, so I'm actually going to use 2 hooks. Even though they're weighted to 20 kilograms each, I feel like 2 hooks gives the artwork a little bit more stability, stops it from rocking round and getting out of level so easily. So we've already got our centre mark marked on the wall here at 1150. I'm going to take the measurement of the height of the artwork, which is 910, and divide it by 2, giving me 455. We're going to add that to 1450. Then we take the measurement from the hanging wire to the top of the frame, which is 260. And we're going to subtract that from the total. So here we have 1450 plus 455 minus 260 giving us 1645 millimetres. I'm now going to measure 1645 from the floor and mark that across there. Now because I'm using two hooks, I want to space them apart a little bit. I'm actually going to make a mark 100 millimetres either side of the centre mark, and that's where I'm going to position my hooks. Remember that the mark we made on the wall is the position of the hook and not the position of the nail. So bearing that in mind, I'm positioning the hook on my mark and gently tapping my nail into the wall. Again with the second hook, placing my hook on the mark and gently tapping the nail into the wall. And we're ready to hang our artwork. I love it. What do you think? If you're hanging salon style, the same rule applies. Simply make sure that the centre of your arrangement is 1450 millimetres from the floor. If you have any questions about how to hang your artwork or anything art related, please email us hello@hatched.com.au. Before I go, I did promise you a variation to the 1450 rule. If you're a particularly tall family and your eye height is well above average, you might like to raise the hanging point a little. If your room is mainly used for standing, like an entrance hall, or there's not going to be any furniture beneath the artwork, you might like to raise the height from 1450 to say about 1500. Whatever height you choose, to achieve a sense of balance in your room, make sure you use the same centre point for all of your artwork. Lastly, try the 1450 rule with just one piece and see how you like it. Happy hanging, and thanks for watching.